Hello, everybody, and welcome to another nightly Read Aloud with Dr. Ivey. Today is Monday, April the 27th, 2020, and it happens to be the start of our 7th week of Read Alouds. Tonight marks our 31st nightly Read Aloud. My name is Trevor Ivey, and I am a proud educator right here in Sumter County, South Carolina. And I, like so many of my educator colleagues, are being asked to step up and out of their comfort zone to completely redesign their teaching and learning experiences to keep our children meaningfully engaged during this very challenging time when schools are closed and e-learning continues. And to that end, I have dedicated myself to a nightly Read Aloud, and we are doing that each night at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on our Facebook page. But you can also catch our YouTube recordings on my Instagram page at trevort.ivy or on my Twitter feed at Dr. Trevor Ivey. Tonight's Read Aloud takes us back to the classroom, thinking about those wonderful superheroes that many of us have not seen in 7 weeks. And again, tonight marks our 31st nightly Read Aloud. Tonight's Read Aloud is titled My Teacher for President, and the author is Kay Winters. The pictures are illustrated by Denise Brunks. My Teacher for President. Let's find out what this book is about. Dear Channel 39, I saw on TV that elections are coming. At school, we have been learning about the president's job. My teacher would be just right. Let me know what you think. My teacher loves white houses. My teacher used to be follow everywhere she goes, so this would be very much like the president's job. When my teacher walks into a classroom, people start to pay attention. My teacher, she goes to a lot of meetings, just like the president. And she's always signing some very important papers. My teacher acts very quickly when there is an emergency, just like the president. And she says that healthcare is very important, just like the president. My teacher likes to go on all sorts of trips. She deals with the media every day. You see, my teacher would be good for the country. She wants to help clean up the earth. My teacher even helps to find jobs for people. And my teacher is a really good listener. She believes in peace for everyone. You see, in the end, I believe that my teacher would make a great president. Love, Oliver. P.S. Just make sure she doesn't leave before the end of the year. So what a great book. And I chose that book because Even though it is a very short book, it reminds us of not only the important role that our teachers play, and just like teachers, their jobs are very similar to that of the president. But we've been hearing a lot during this time from our nation's leaders. And so it kind of gives you a glimpse into some of the similarities between the role of a teacher and that of our nation's leader, the president. So in this book, Olivia, who is a very savvy second grader, she has been learning about the president's job. And it seems to him that the teacher, her teacher, would be just the perfect candidate. So what does she do? Well, she sets out on her own mission of writing a letter to a local news channel to share her teacher's qualifications. So what are some of those qualifications? Do you remember some of those qualifications from the book? That's right. Some of them include that the teacher loves White Houses. She's used to being followed everywhere. She goes to a lot of meetings. She finds good jobs for people. And she even believes in peace, which are some very stark realities and similarities between the job of a teacher and the president. So Olivia's teacher in the book is depicted during a typical school day. And the author really provides a contrast to the scenes of some of the heroic duties that teachers perform and how they line up to that of our nation's leader, the duties that the president carries out. So it's a very funny book. It happens to remind us during these challenging times that teachers are very much a superhero. They do a lot of wonderful and important things for us. And I know in this challenging time that many of you are missing school. And I know when I recently asked both of my nieces what they miss most about their school at Millwood Elementary, first on their list was their teacher. They miss their teacher. And so I know that I miss seeing lots of teachers out and about doing the work of teaching our children. And I know that it's going to be very different for the next month since we are not able to return to school and e-learning continues. So boys and girls, I challenge you to take a moment to write your teacher a quick note. Maybe you can email them or perhaps you can actually write them a letter with the help of your parent to mail it off to that teacher. But of course, many of you have Chromebooks, so sending a short email would probably lift a teacher's spirits during this very challenging time. Because just like you're missing your teacher, the teachers I know are missing you terribly. So hearing from their students would mean the world from them outside of just turning in an assignment. So take a moment to do that. Share your notes of encouragement, your appreciation for your teachers with me. Would love to see those. But boys and girls, before we say goodnight, before you go and brush your teeth, and before we end our 31st Nightly Read Aloud, let's take a moment to engage in our daily reflection. Question number 1. What was your most favorite part about today? Take a moment to share with your parent, your older or younger sibling, or your fuzzy friend. What was your most favorite part about today? Question number 2. What was your least favorite part about today? Question number 3. If you could change one thing about today, what would you change? And question number 4. What's one thing that you hope is going to happen tomorrow? Well, boys and girls, that does it for Dr. Ivey. I hope you had a great time reading My Teacher for President with me tonight on our Nightly Read Aloud. Remember, if no one has taken the opportunity to tell you today that they love you, to tell you that they care about you, Dr. Ivey is here to tell you that he loves you and he cares about you so very much. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow for our next Nightly Read Aloud.